Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran and patch 9.1 is continuing to get regular updates every single week. And hopefully we'll get even more class updates going forward, as there's still, I feel like, a lot of tuning to be done. And I feel like definitely a couple classes need a bit of a rework, but that's a video for another time. Today's video we're going back to Torghast. We recently covered it this week alone, and we're going back to it because between the Tuesday and the Thursday that Blizzard did some updates, there's actually been quite a bit of improvement in terms of Torghast, or at least changes. Let's just go with changes because some of you guys will like these, but I feel like some of you won't, and that's kind of the question for this video. Do you think any of these changes right now are going to make Torghast better? Maybe more fun, maybe more efficient, or more interesting, as it looks like Blizzard is definitely taken into a direction. So I want to show you my run that I've done, some of the different things that are new, and give you some of my thoughts on the new systems. So I've been doing Torghast for quite a few times now, and I'm almost done fully clearing it. In this video, I just kind of wanted to show you some of the things that happened with this run. They've really revamped the energy bar system, the empowerment bar. Empowerment bar is a new thing added in Torghast, and we're still not exactly sure how it works, but generally, the more mobs you slay, the more elites you slay, the faster you are at chaining enemies, the longer you can maintain this empowerment bar. This bar empowers your character, making you go faster, but also giving you things like extra haste. And this also can be augmented in different ways going forward into Torghast. Since the last time you guys seen me do a Torghast run, we actually have different torments this time. Today's torments are Unstable Phantasma, where my Phantasma will sometimes coalesce into a blue blob, and I gotta slay it in order to get my Torghast currency back. Then we also have Reinforced Reflective, where elite enemies can sometimes become reinforced where they reflect spells and abilities back at them. So when picking my powers, I have to make sure I'm not picking the magical proc abilities, otherwise I can definitely debuff myself pretty hard. And finally Lockdown, where sometimes I'll get bombarded throughout the run. But I also picked up a couple blessings. One of the blessings I was able to unlock through the new Torghast talent system. We'll take a look at that towards the end of the video. But blessings are kind of like the negative of the torment. They're more of a boon rather than a loss. And with this one, I have one of every Outlaw buff, so I have extra health, extra mastery, extra versatility, and I also get extra animal powers throughout my run. So I picked up a couple of these bonuses in order to make my runs inside of Torghast just a little bit easier. I've been doing a couple Torghast runs here and there, and I kind of more or less figured out the empowerment system as well as the star system inside of Torghast, the new score rating system. And first of all, let's go over how this score works. So there are a couple of different scores you building up passively in the background, and maybe we'll have add-ons in the future that show us the score itself, or maybe Blizzard will let us see the score itself, because right now it's kind of hidden in the background. But the faster you do your Torghast run, the more score you accumulate. So just like in a Mythic Plus, if you go into slowly, you're not going to gain as many bonuses. Then you also want to make sure you are staying in an empowered state for as long as possible. So the longer you are inside of the empowered state, the more of a score you accumulate. I don't know if the score has a maximum or a minimum, but being able to plan out your Torghast run to make sure you're chaining mobs back to back helps. But just about anything you do inside of Torghast gives you empowerment, whether it is breaking phylacteries, whether it is rescuing souls, helping out allies and NPCs lost inside of Torghast, slaying elites, and so on. Just about everything you do inside of Torghast gives you extra empowerment, so it's really difficult to lose it and stay out of it for too long. Finally, you are also graded on how clean you are with your run. So if you do the things that I've done, break phylacteries, rescue souls, slay every single enemy, pick up every single power, solve every single puzzle, you're also given extra bonus points for doing the full run clean. Technically, you can gain quite a bit of points with Torghast by going very quickly. You can also gain quite a bit of points by being slow and methodical with everything, looking at every nook and cranny, interacting with every item. But it looks like the best way to get points right now, in order to reach the star system, the better you do, the more stars you collect. If you're trying to reach that 5-star level, you'll basically want to be a little bit quicker than your average player, and you want to make sure that you interact with every single item. You don't really need to be in and out of the floor within 30 seconds. You know, being there for 10 minutes is probably not a good idea, so you'll kind of want to have maybe a minute or 2-minute run in there. So just going at a brisk pace is generally all you have to do. As with this run, I was actually recording and commentating over the whole thing, so I was going far slower than I normally do, but I actually had much better results out of it. I kind of found this system somewhat fun because I now have a goal to look forward to. Instead of just doing my run and I'm just rewarded just for finishing the run, The better I do in the run, the better my score can be. The longer that bar on the right side can stay up. And I actually kind of found myself enjoying this a little bit more. Now I have a reason to be more thorough. I have a reason to be a little bit quicker. Just something personally I like while doing this run. And at the end of your run, when you kill the final boss, you get your Soul Ash and you get your Soul Cinders, which is kind of like this mega Soul Ash currency for future legendaries. And it briefly shows you how well you did with your run. If you freeze frame my run, I actually got a 5-star. So I'm able to move on to this next floors. The floors you guys have seen in the last video, now you have to earn those bonus floors. Right now Blizzard doesn't have any reasons for those bonus floors. You don't get new Soul Ash, you don't get any more Cinders, you don't get more Tower Knowledge or anything like that. So these bonus floors right now don't have a purpose, but I'm pretty sure they will, because I mean, we used to be able to go into these zones whether you got a good run or whether you didn't get a good run, and now it looks like you'd have to get a 5-star before you can even see these areas. So Blizzard is going to add some sort of a bonus to it. I don't really know if it's going to be like extra Soul Ash bonus or any catch-up bonuses, but maybe some prestige, maybe some transmog stuff, maybe some pet stuff. Maybe that's where it'll come from. Who really knows? We'll have to wait and see. Inside of the Rune Carver's room, you now also have this box of many things. It's kind of like a talent system for your Torghast, and you get Tower Knowledge for getting all your Torghast runs done. I don't really know if you could just farm the knowledge or not. Maybe it's on a weekly cap based on how many weeks you do for your layers, but it does work like a classic WoW talent system where you have to invest points into the first row in order to unlock the second row. Then you have to invest more points into the actual talent tree itself to unlock the third row and the fourth and the fifth, so you have to spend points in order to unlock more benefits. So there are a couple of different things, like you'll auto loot enemies, which doesn't work right now in the game. You can get access to extra floors for getting a 5-star, which doesn't have any bonuses yet, but it also gives you different things like blessings. So they're like the opposite of torments. It can give you different buffs. You can get benefits to empowered. You can take less damage from bosses. The vendors can sell you extra special goodies. You could do more damage to bosses, little things like that. And we're just kind of scratching the base surface of this system, at least here on PTR. But it's in a sense is a currency that lets you do Torghast and then bring back the currency and then upgrade your Torghast for future runs so that your next run will be better. Next run you can reach that 5-star. So it looks like Blizzard is adding a system for us to want to reach 5 stars and make it easier for us to get that extra 5-star, to get those extra bonuses, to make Torghast more interesting, fun, easier in some senses. So they gotta have something big planned for it. As of right now, we don't know what those plans are, so we can just take a look at the system as it is. Personally, to me, the Torghast system seems really fun, giving you more reasons to get it done quicker and more efficient and keep up this bar so you can get a better score, so you can unlock all these rooms. It just kind of makes my mind race as to what are some of the different bonuses and benefits you'll have from this. But even just having this extra system, kind of like the old school dungeons versus the Mythic Plus dungeons, where now you have a timer and all these affixes, and now you're trying to race the clock to beat the dungeon as fast as you can with your group, and then there's the accomplishment at the end. Besides even gear, like there's a reason why people push past 15s into 16s, 18s, 20s, 24s for Mythic Pluses, is the prestige of it all, the challenge of it all, but also the score that comes with it, kind of like the Raid IO score. And it looks like Blizzard does have a baked in score into the Torghast system. So maybe like Mythic Dungeons, Mythic Plus Dungeons, this is like a next evolution of Torghast. Prior to this, we didn't really do much with it. You know, just go there, get your Soul Ash, get your Lego. And once you get your best in slot Lego, you don't really need to go back. It looks like Blizzard is adding some sort of a competitive bonus, a little bit of a speedrunning effect to it. Not exactly something that's timed, because if you're someone who doesn't want to do it, you don't have to do it timed. If you're someone who wants to get a 1-star in this or a 2-star, or you're satisfied with a 3-star run, hey, you get your Soul Ash and you get to go home. But if you're someone who wants to get the 5 stars, who wants to do better, who wants to do a faster run, who wants to be more efficient, that kind of player I think is going to enjoy this a little bit more. If Blizzard adds some sort of meaningful reward to this 5-starring system of Torghast, I think that could be interesting. To get more players to 1 to 5-star runs. To maybe add certain unique mounts, or even specific transmogs, or maybe even have gear drop from this, which I don't know if that's what they're going to do, but there's so many different things they can add to get people to want to do it. But it seems like that's kind of where Torghast is heading, at least in my mind. Is kind of like a Mythic Plus version, or Mythic Plus-esking itself, in a sense. We don't really know exactly what it's going to look like next week or in 2 weeks, but this is what it looks like so far. And I want you guys to give me your thoughts. What do you think about the Torghast system we have as it is? Because I personally enjoyed it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I actually been wanting to play it more often just to explore more of it. But also it's new, so maybe I'm just excited because it's super new. you think this is enough for Torghast? Do you think Blizzard needs to add more? Let me know in the comments what do you think they should add. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see all of you in the next one.